Have you ever found yourself sharing things in public that later made you feel uneasy or even a bit vulnerable? After the age of 65, the words we choose have a profound impact on how others see us and, more importantly, on how we see ourselves. This video will guide you through key phrases to avoid saying about yourself in social settings, to maintain your dignity, confidence, and self-worth. In this video, we'll explore common pitfalls that can unknowingly damage your image and make you feel less empowered in public. By watching until the end, you'll learn not just what to avoid, but also how to flip the narrative, embrace your strengths, and speak with pride about this exciting chapter of life. We'll also discuss why focusing on the positives, like your adaptability, wisdom, and accomplishments, can lead to a more respected and fulfilling life. By the end, you'll have practical strategies to reframe your words, boost your confidence, and inspire those around you to see aging as a rewarding journey full of possibilities. Stay with us and transform the way you speak about yourself. If you're not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me. If you enjoy this video, please like and share it to help me continue spreading valuable lessons. If you appreciate this topic, comment with 1. If not, comment with 0 inches to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now let's begin. 1. Don't talk about your weaknesses or powerlessness. It's natural that, as we age, physical and emotional challenges become more apparent. However, constantly speaking about your weaknesses or feelings of powerlessness can erode your self-esteem and alter how others perceive you. Imagine being in a social setting where every time you speak, the conversation turns toward how tired, weak, or incapable you feel. Not only does this drain your spirit, but it also leaves others with an image of you as someone defeated by life, someone who no longer has the strength or zest to enjoy it. But here's the beautiful truth. Your life is still full of potential, no matter your age. Instead of focusing on what you can't do, shift your attention to what you can do. Those small yet significant victories that make life meaningful. If someone asks how you're doing, resist the urge to list ailments or struggles. Think, instead of the blessings and small joys you might be overlooking. Have you picked up a new hobby that keeps you engaged? Did you share a special moment with family recently? Talk about those experiences. People are naturally drawn to positivity. When you project hope, resilience, and strength, others will respond with admiration and respect. This isn't about pretending life doesn't have difficulties. It's about choosing how to present yourself to the world. Imagine the shift in your mindset from saying, "I can't do anything for myself anymore," to "I'm learning new ways to adapt and make my life easier." The power of language is incredible. By framing your narrative around adaptability, growth, and perseverance, you safeguard your dignity and empower yourself. You remind yourself and others that you are still the author of your story, not a victim of circumstances. Life may change, but your strength and value remain as long as you focus on your ability to thrive, not merely survive. 2. Don't diminish your value. As we grow older, it's easy to fall into the trap of undervaluing ourselves, especially when we focus on perceived failures or losses. Believing that we are less valuable simply because we've retired or our children are now living independently can be incredibly disheartening. But let me tell you, nothing could be further from the truth. Your value isn't tied to a job title or to the time spent raising a family. It's not about how the world measures success. Your value is rooted in the richness of your experiences, the lessons you've learned, and the wisdom that only comes from living through both good and challenging times. Why should anyone, including yourself, diminish the profound value you bring to the table just because life has shifted? Every phase of life holds purpose and meaning, and after 65, your role becomes even more powerful in ways you may not yet recognize. Telling others, or worse, convincing yourself that you've lost your worth diminishes the incredible contributions you've made and continue to make. If you've ever caught yourself saying, "I'm not as useful as I used to be," I urge you to stop and rethink those words. They don't define you, and they certainly don't reflect the reality of all that you are. You are a living library of experiences. You've weathered storms, celebrated victories, and walked paths that younger generations have yet to imagine, and that makes you irreplaceable. The next time you catch yourself feeling less than, remind yourself, and everyone around you, of all you've accomplished. Say with pride, "I've achieved so much, and I'm proud of my journey," because you should be proud, incredibly proud. When you acknowledge your worth, you allow others to see it too. If you're still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're here with me. Remember, you're still capable of making a lasting impact, whether by sharing your hard-earned wisdom with those who need it, volunteering your time and energy to causes that matter to you, or simply living life on your terms and enjoying the freedom that comes with this stage. Your value is infinite and unique, and it only deepens with time. Never forget that you're a treasure, not despite your years, but because of them. 3. Avoid sharing too much about personal health issues. As we age, it's natural for health to become a bigger part of our daily thoughts and conversations. Doctors' visits, treatments, and health challenges can often feel like they dominate our lives. But it's important to recognize that while health may be on your mind, not every setting is the right place to dive into the specifics of your personal medical experiences. Sharing too much about your health in social situations can unintentionally make others feel uncomfortable or unsure of how to respond, especially if they don't know how to relate or help. I completely understand the desire to talk about it. Our health is a big part of our lives, after all. But there's a balance to strike. Instead of focusing on ailments or medical challenges, consider redirecting the conversation to something more positive. When someone asks how you're doing, try to resist the urge to list every ache, pain, or recent appointment. Instead, offer a response that highlights something uplifting. Imagine how much lighter the conversation becomes when you say, "I'm feeling great today, and I've been enjoying time with my friends," rather than dwelling on physical discomfort. This creates a more positive atmosphere and encourages others to engage with you in a meaningful, pleasant way. It's not about hiding your truth or pretending everything is perfect, but rather choosing what to share, when, and with whom. Save in-depth discussions about your health for close family members or healthcare providers, people who can truly support and understand you. This doesn't just protect your dignity, it also prevents those awkward moments in social settings where people may not know how to respond to the complexities of your health situation. By focusing on the brighter side of things and reserving more personal discussions for those who can offer the right kind of support, you allow yourself to shine beyond your health struggles. You remind yourself and others that you are much more than your physical challenges. You're vibrant, you're alive, and there's still so much to share and enjoy in life. Keep your spirit high and your conversations light. You'll find this shift doesn't just uplift those around you, but it also elevates your own mood and energy. 4. Don't complain about your age. Aging is an inevitable part of life, but constantly complaining about how old you feel or how you're not as strong as you once were can cast a dark cloud over your days. It's not just about how it affects your own mindset. It impacts the people around you too. When we complain about age, it's as if we're giving in to the false idea that life is over after a certain number, that we're somehow less vibrant, capable, or worthy of joy. The truth is, dwelling on what we've lost only makes us feel older than we are, and it can create a barrier between us and others. People are naturally drawn to positivity and resilience, not to constant reminders of things beyond our control. Complaining about age isn't just draining for you, it's hard for those around you as well. No one wants to feel weighed down by conversations focused on something we can't change, no matter how much we lament it. Instead of focusing on the limitations that come with age, shift your gaze to the gifts it brings. Think about the deep wisdom you've earned, the life lessons that make you more grounded, or even the freedom that comes from no longer being burdened by the same responsibilities you carried in your younger years. There's so much beauty in this chapter of life, if we allow ourselves to see it. The moment you start recognizing and appreciating the good in your life, you'll find a profound joy in everyday moments. Instead of saying, "I'm too old for that," try reframing your thoughts to something like, "I'm still learning and growing every single day." This subtle shift can have a huge impact on your outlook, transforming aging from something to dread into a new adventure. Another chapter full of opportunities to embrace and explore awaits you. Remember, you have the power to inspire others simply by embracing your age with grace, strength, and optimism. Life after 65 is not the beginning of the end. It's a time to flourish in ways you may never have imagined. Every wrinkle, every gray hair is a testament to the incredible journey you've traveled. And the best part? The journey isn't over. There's still so much life to live. And by focusing on the positives, you can live it fully, vibrantly, and with a sense of purpose that can uplift everyone around you. 5. Don't dwell too much on the past and forget the present. It's only natural to find comfort in the past, reminiscing about fond memories, the way things were, and the experiences that shaped us. Sharing stories of the good old days can bring smiles, especially when surrounded by loved ones who share those memories. However, constantly dwelling on the past can create a distance between you and the present, making it seem like you're stuck in a time that no longer exists. When every conversation turns into a reflection of how things used to be, it can feel as though you're missing out on all the beauty and potential the present moment has to offer. We've all heard it before. Back in my day, things were better. But when you spend too much time looking backward, you can unintentionally push people away or seem disconnected from a life that's unfolding right in front of you. Remember, life isn't just about what's behind us. It's about where we are now and where we're headed. The present is still full of opportunity, joy, and moments just waiting for you to embrace them. People want to hear about what you're enjoying right now, not just what you loved years ago. They want to know what excites you and what you're passionate about today. Maybe you've taken up a new hobby, finished a great book, or started planning your next adventure. Sharing these experiences shows that you're still very much a part of the world around you. It signals that even though you've had a rich and full past, you're still looking forward to everything the future has in store. Instead of saying, "Back in my day, things were better." Try a more forward-looking approach, like, "I'm really enjoying what today has to offer, and I can't wait to see what's next." This kind of outlook doesn't just keep you connected to the present, it also makes you more relatable and approachable to people of all ages. When you focus on the here and now, your conversations become vibrant, your energy infectious, and you invite others to join you in celebrating all that life still has to offer. The past will always have a special place in your heart, something to be cherished, but don't let it overshadow the present. Embrace the idea that every stage of life has its unique joys and opportunities. By staying engaged with the present, you'll continue to create meaningful memories that are just as precious as those from years gone by. 6. Don't complain about younger generations. It's easy to fall into the habit of criticizing younger generations, especially when it feels like their values, attitudes, or behaviors are so different from what you're used to. We've all been there, seeing things in today's world that make us shake our heads or wonder what happened to the respect and manners we grew up with. But constantly complaining about younger people or comparing them to your own generation only creates a divide. It becomes a barrier to truly connecting with them, fostering frustration and alienation rather than understanding. By focusing on what's wrong with younger generations, you miss out on the opportunity to see the good they bring to the table, their creativity, their passion for change, and their ability to adapt to a rapidly evolving world. Yes, their way of doing things might be different, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. Imagine how much more fulfilling it would be to approach these differences with curiosity rather than criticism. Instead of saying, "Young people these days have no respect," try shifting your perspective and saying, "There's a lot I can learn from how younger generations see the world." If you're still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment "Toby" below to let me know you're here with me. This simple change in mindset opens up a whole new world of possibilities. When you stop viewing younger generations as something foreign and instead see them as individuals with unique insights, you open the door to connection, respect, and learning. You create room for positive exchanges when you allow others to benefit from your wisdom and experience, while you gain fresh, inspiring perspectives from their way of thinking. There's so much to learn on both sides, but that can only happen if the door to mutual respect is open. Building relationships with younger people isn't just beneficial for them, it's essential for you too. Staying connected with different generations keeps you engaged with the present and open to new ideas. It's about evolving, not staying stuck in the past. By reaching out and finding common ground, you keep your mind sharp, your heart open, and your spirit young. So next time you're tempted to criticize or complain about the younger generation, take a step back and ask yourself what you might learn from them instead. Focusing on understanding rather than judgment keeps you connected to the world around you, while also enriching your own life in unexpected ways. Who knows? You might even find that younger people look up to you as a mentor and friend, valuing the wisdom you've earned through years of experience. The gap between generations doesn't have to be a divide. It can be a bridge connecting us all. 7. Don't overexpose your financial anxieties. It's natural to have financial concerns as we age, especially when navigating retirement or changes in income. However, sharing too much about financial anxieties in public can sometimes do more harm than good. Constantly talking about struggles might not only make others feel uncomfortable, but could also affect how they perceive your independence. Without realizing it, you might project a vulnerability you don't want to display. Remember, your financial situation doesn't define your worth or your ability to enjoy life. Instead of focusing on financial challenges, consider shifting the conversation to things that bring you joy, fulfillment, and purpose. Things that don't require much money at all. A simple phrase like, "I'm making the most of what I have and finding happiness in the little things," can change the tone of a conversation, keeping it light and positive. It reminds others, and yourself, that there's so much more to life than financial stability. Financial discussions are best saved for private moments with close family or a trusted financial advisor. In public, it's important to maintain a sense of positivity and self-sufficiency. Doing so alleviates unnecessary concern from others and allows you to live freely on your own terms without being defined by your bank account. Remember, you are far more than your financial situation. You carry a wealth of experience, wisdom, and the ability to find joy in life's simple pleasures. By focusing on the positives and being mindful of where and when to discuss financial issues, you project an image of resilience and independence that others will respect and admire. After all, true wealth lies in the richness of your spirit, your connections, and your appreciation for life. 8. Don't criticize others or compare yourself to them. Criticizing others or comparing yourself to them is a habit that can erode your own well-being and the positive energy of any conversation. When you focus on pointing out others' flaws or comparing your life to theirs, you create an atmosphere of negativity and judgment. Worse, it often leaves you feeling more inadequate or bitter, trapped in a cycle of self-doubt. Whether it's friends, family members, or even strangers, harsh judgments don't just reflect poorly on them, they also diminish your own image. Negativity breeds more negativity. It's natural to sometimes feel frustrated or envious, but when you catch yourself about to criticize or compare, take a moment to pause and redirect your thoughts. Instead of saying, "I can't believe they live like that," try a more positive approach. Everyone has their own path, and I'm focusing on my own happiness. This shifts the conversation in a more uplifting direction and shows your commitment to self-growth and positivity. By consciously avoiding criticism and comparison, you foster an environment where support and encouragement thrive. Imagine how much lighter and more joyful conversations can be when they're filled with understanding and kindness instead of judgment. This positive energy benefits not only those around you, but also nurtures your own sense of peace and contentment. When you embrace the idea that everyone's journey is different, it frees you from the burden of comparison or feeling like you need to measure up. You can celebrate your own life without diminishing others. Ultimately, by choosing not to engage in criticism or comparison, you create spaces where everyone feels valued, respected, and comfortable. You remind yourself that your happiness is not dependent on how others live or what they have. It's found within your own unique journey and the love, growth, and positivity you bring into the world. Don't share regrets in a negative way. Regret is something we all carry with us, but dwelling on it negatively, especially in public, can quickly turn a conversation into something heavy and uncomfortable. When we focus too much on what we wish we had done differently, it not only pulls us down, but also makes others feel sorry for us, creating a sense of pity that we don't really need. It's perfectly fine to reflect on past mistakes, but there's a way to do it that leaves you feeling empowered instead of defeated. Rather than getting stuck in the what-ifs, why not focus on the wisdom gained from those experiences? Instead of saying, "I wish I had done things differently," You could try reframing it as, I've learned so much from my experiences, and they've shaped me into who I am today. This small shift transforms your story from one of regret into one of resilience. It shows that you've embraced your past, not as something to be ashamed of, but as something that has contributed to your personal growth. People respect and admire those who can turn their challenges into lessons, using them as stepping stones for a better, more meaningful life. By sharing your experiences in this light, you not only uplift yourself, but also inspire those around you. Life is full of twists and turns, and regrets are part of that journey. However, when you talk about them as lessons learned rather than missed opportunities, you project strength, wisdom, and a sense of purpose. You remind people that it's never too late to learn, to grow, or to make positive changes. This positive approach to sharing your past also invites deeper, more meaningful conversations. It opens the door for others to reflect on their own lives constructively and encourages a sense of hope rather than despair. So the next time you find yourself thinking about past regrets, remember that those experiences have made you who you are today. Sharing them in a way that highlights your growth will not only lift the mood of any conversation, but will also remind you of your incredible capacity for resilience and self-improvement. Don't deny your ability to learn and change. It's so easy to slip into the belief that after reaching a certain age, learning and change are no longer within reach. We might think, I'm too old to adapt, or what's the point in trying something new now? But this mindset only limits your potential, cutting you off from the vibrant, ever-evolving world around you. The truth is, by denying your ability to learn and grow, you're essentially closing the door on the countless exciting opportunities that are still waiting for you. Unfortunately, you might even start to be seen by others as rigid or set in your ways. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Imagine how empowering it is to embrace the fact that learning has no expiration date. Instead of saying, I'm too old to learn something new, why not say, I'm still curious and eager for new experiences? These simple words open up a world of possibilities, keeping your mind sharp, engaged, and alive with curiosity. This openness to growth isn't just about impressing others. It's about how you view and live your own life. It keeps you vibrant, dynamic, and deeply connected to the present moment. No matter your age, learning doesn't stop when we reach a certain number of years. In fact, it can become even more rewarding. Whether you're picking up a new hobby, diving into the world of technology, or discovering new ways to stay active, every new skill or experience enriches your life and fills it with fresh energy. By embracing change, you make space for excitement and fulfillment that you might have thought were behind you, but they're not. They're still very much in front of you, just waiting for you to take that leap. The more open you are to learning, the more opportunities will come your way. This willingness to grow is what keeps life full of adventure and purpose even after 65. So don't shy away from change. Instead, lean into it, knowing that every new experience adds another layer of richness to your life's journey. You have so much wisdom to draw from already, and by combining that with the courage to keep learning, you'll continue to thrive in ways you might never have imagined. As we've explored these 10 valuable insights, it's clear that growing older doesn't mean closing doors. It means opening new ones to wisdom, growth, and fulfillment. What stood out to you the most? Take a moment to reflect. What's one thing you've learned today that you'll bring into practice in your own life? We'd love to hear your thoughts, so share them with us in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiring content. Your support helps us continue sharing valuable life lessons with you.